I got to ask you about April 2nd. 8 for 10 from the floor, 3 of 4 from deep. In the first half, 22 points. You finished with a career high 26 points, 6 rebounds. Jules, I've watched every game you ever played at St. John's. I know you never get too high or too low. And, if we see you yell or scream or something like that, everybody goes, whoa, what's going on? Uh, but but was that a holy crap game for you? Did you feel like that was like, hey, I belong here. I can hang with these guys because on top of that, your last 5 regular season games, you averaged 20 points per game, 6.2 rebounds per game. You had two 24-point games. You finished off really strong, but that 26-point game made headlines all throughout the NBA. I believe you set some sort of a first time undrafted record for most amount of
Scoring high.
points. I
Yeah.
mean, I remember I was sitting there watching that, going nuts. I think I sent more messages about you that day than I don't know ever. But like, what was that game like for you, and what was that finish to the regular season like for you?
Um. So before the Sacramento game, we had just came from Golden State, and I had no right game in Golden State. I had an iffy first half, really iffy first half. And I had a pretty good second half. And after that game, Coach Papa put me aside, and it was like, um, I think you could do it. Like I think you belong here. I think you have NBA talent. Um, but he was just saying, like you can't wait to go and get. You can't wait for it to happen. You can't wait for things to come. You have to go get them. Like the NBA is all about guys who come in and are aggressive about it and they reach out and go grab their dream. And he was like, I feel like you're there. You're almost there. Um, but you have to go grab it. And I took it to heart, especially just being cut from Philly not too long ago. I feel like I left an opportunity on the table. So for my head coach to be like, you gotta go grab it. Like I think you're there, but I took it as you're not going hard enough, you're not working hard enough, you're not doing enough. Like, you're impressing, but not enough. Like there's more. There's just more of it. And I remember we had a bus ride, took a bus ride to Sacramento. It was 2 hours. The whole bus ride, that's all I thought about. Go get it, go get it, go get it. I watched some film on the bus. I watched some of my old tapes from St. John's. Um, I watched a bunch of things. I watched other guys play. I was just watching basketball. I was just in my head, just go get it, go get it, go get it, go get it. I remember talking to my brother, and I was like, "Yo, like, man, like, I don't know, like I was worried. I was worried about, what, what my outcome was going to be at that moment after that conversation. I didn't know how to take it at first. And he was like, if that's what's being told to you to go get it, you have a legit shot to stay in the league right now. You have a legit shot to start your career for real." And I was like, all right, all right. And the next game, I also spoke to Brett Brown the next game, and he was like, just find the basket, find the rim, back cut. Don't lie on the three too much. And just kind of get moving, back cut, do all these little things to kind of get yourself going. And I remember I started off for 6 points, but all of them were back cuts. I kind of just got into rhythm, shot some free throws, got into rhythm, and I was just like, okay, like I'm about to go with them and ride it, like take the open shots and be confident about it. And I remember the second quarter of that game was kind of like, oh shit, I can curse now, right? It's okay.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, like you're doing it, like you're doing exactly what you had to do. You're doing, like, you feel great. You feel great about. I felt great about it. I was like, like just keep going, like just ride it, ride the high hand, just no questions asked. No one is saying anything to you. My teammates were fine to me. They're super unselfish. That's the best what I credit it to. I got a team of unselfish guys, the guys who just don't care about passing basketball and seeing somebody else, kill. Like they love that. Like after the game it was like I never felt as much love as I ever felt anywhere. Like it was straight love, like great game, great game. So it was just ride the high hand. And I remember going into the overtime, coach was like, that's how you go and grab your career. I was like, all right, keep it going. And the next game we played Phoenix, and I had a rough game that game, but still went out and was just go get it, go get it, go do something, go get it, play hard. And that kind of just carried over. Like that after that conversation, it was kind of just like, you're gonna take this the way you're gonna take it. Like you're gonna take this as motivation. This is extra gas to the tank. He sees it in you. He wants you to go grab it. So what you're gonna go do out there is you're gonna go grab it. You're gonna go show everything you got. You're gonna go show everything. Let it all hang. Figure the rest out later. But that
I
was
mean,
kind of my thing for that. Yeah.
that's that's kind of, it's a little silly, but like that's movie fairy tale stuff. The coach
No, seriously.
pulls you into the locker room. Hey, I think you can do it, but you need to go get it. And then they literally show a scene of you sitting on a bus watching tape, and then you go and drop 22 points in the first half of an NBA game, finish 26 points, win the game in overtime. That's just crazy.
Yeah.